Today we're going to be ice fishing with some of the craziest lures that I can find. We have 3 huge objectives in this video. First, we've got to run inside the tackle shop and see if we can find the 3 craziest fishing lures they have. Objective number 2, we have to make it out to the lake and find some safe ice. It is extremely early ice right now. We have to be very careful. Could be worth it and a very good chance to actually catch fish on the 3 lures. Which brings us to our 3rd and final objective, and that's going to be catching a fish on each and every one of these crazy fishing lures, starting from least crazy to one of the craziest ice fishing lures I've ever seen, and I'd be pretty impressed if we were to catch something on that. Let's make our way into the tackle shop. You ready to go ice fishing? I would say she's ready. But we got all of our lures. Let's make our way out to the lake and test some ice. All right, guys, we made it down here onto the ice. The ice I had checked on the other side of this bay was right on the verge, right at 4 inches, but I know I fished this a couple days ago. This right here is safe. But that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get those 2 holes drilled and show you guys what our first 2 crazy lures are going to be. They're some of the wildest lures I've ever seen. All right, sweet. Let's show you guys what we're tying on. 3 crazy lures that we're going to be trying to catch fish on today. I'm going to try to rank these from least crazy to most crazy. The one that should be able to catch a fish on pretty easy, but it was just kind of cool that I've never seen before, is this, just a tiny little jigging wrap. I'm going to say that that is most likely a shoe-in for a fish. Moving on to number 2. There is a lot of lures that look like this, but this is tungsten torpedo spoon from VMC. Look at that thing. That thing looks like just like a freshwater squid or something. It does glow, so you know, maybe that'll help us. Never used them, so for that reason it's going at number 2. It's nowhere near number 3. Number 3 is a cross between a fly and an actual ice fishing lure, and that's going to be another one by VMC. They're putting out some weird looking stuff, but this is their bug bite jig. And you guys are probably commenting down below, like, I catch fish on those all the time. Okay, well, I have never seen these before. They look incredibly unique, unlike any other ice fishing lure. But I mean, it's a cross between just like a normal jig that you would use for ice fishing, but it's got a treble hook on it. So I don't know if that's just to, you know, you put bait on that and it gives it kind of that double jointed action. But it's like a little larva. Could that work really good? I don't know. I'll be pretty impressed if I'm able to catch a fish on this here today, but you guys got to stay tuned and find out. So that being said, we're going to start off with the 2 lures that I think we have our best chance of catching a fish on, and that's going to be the little nano jigging wrap and the tungsten torpedo spoon. So let's get those tied on and drop down. So we have our tungsten torpedo spoon right here. I'm going to throw a night crawler on there. It just adds a ton of extra awesome scent to it, but that is our torpedo spoon. Let's get that dropped down. All right, here we go. Torpedo spoon going down. Let's see what kind of action this thing has. Check this out. So its action is a lot like just like a normal Northland tackle forage minnow, if you guys use that. It's a great lure. I mean, it's got that extra little flash on it, kind of like a frostbite dinner bell almost. It's adding a little bit of flash down there, but overall, very unique lure. Let's see if we can't get a fish on that. I think we'll make it happen. And now for our second lure dropping down, we have this absolutely tiny jigging nano wrap. All these hooks are VMC hooks, so really solid ice fishing hooks. Small, strong, and stout. Let's get that down there. Let's check out the action on this one and see if it's a full-size jigging wrap or if it's different. It does look very, very similar to the action of a full-size jigging wrap, minus that, you know, shake on the upswing, as you guys can see. It kind of just jigs and glides, and that could be because I have a piece of worm on there that is literally as big as the actual lure. Honestly, it does look really good in the water. So I'm pretty excited for this one. Let's see if we can't convince a fish or 2 to come in. Just got our first bite here. Come get it, buddy. Got him. Oh, let's go. Check this out, guys. Our first fish of the day came on the tungsten torpedo. And check out that beautiful perch. Tungsten spoon right in the top of the mouth. Not a very big one, but a really awesome fish to start the day off. But let's toss this guy back in the water. I would be keeping him, but I don't think we're going to get on a big school. And I'm going to need probably, you know, at least a half dozen of those to make some halfway decent tacos. It is time to switch it up and tie on our least likely contestant to catch a fish, which is this absolutely crazy looking bug bite jig by VMC. Look at how crazy this thing looks. Just like literally just a little jig. It honestly kind of looks like a perch slayer. That right there is what's going down there. Let's see what the action looks like under the water. Not the best action in the world. It seems like you're really banking on the weight from the bait you put on the treble hook to kind of counterbalance it, and which will make it kind of buck like it is. But overall, not the worst action when you're using just like a normal jig in your ice fishing, just tipped with some bait. I mean, dead sticking a little jig is one of the best ways to catch perch and trout. And so even though it doesn't have great action, maybe it's not supposed to. Maybe it's just supposed to act like a jig. But that counterbalance of the bait with the treble hook, honestly, it might give it a leg up on an actual jig. So I'm interested to see it. It looks absolutely wild. But maybe it just crushes fish like no others. But this sucker dropped all the way down, and see if we can't pull out another bigger perch or even a beautiful trout. Oh, got him. Got one. Feels perchy. Oh, it's a rainbow. It's a rainbow. Come here. Let's go. Check out that fish. That is absolutely awesome. On the wildest, craziest lure that we had. That wasn't too bad. An awesome rainbow. Beautiful fish. Let's get her back in the water. See you, girl. Let's freaking go, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a minute since our last fish. I've been getting plenty of bites, but every time I go over to see if he's still there and maybe jig it and entice him back in, they completely drop the lure and they're gone. But we came over here to this darker ice, as you can see, and I drilled 2 holes side by side, put both the rods back in, and that fish came up and smacked it within 5 minutes of me changing spots. We officially only have 1 lure left that hasn't caught a fish, and that is, surprisingly, the Jig and Wrap. The Jig and Wrap is due. Let's see if we can make it happen. Ooh, got him. What do we got? Ooh, big perch or a rainbow? Rainbow. Nice rainbow. Come here. Let's freaking go. Oh, and the hook just popped right out. Oh my goodness, on the nano wrap. Come here. There we go. It's not a big rainbow, but it is our 3rd and final fish on the crazy ice fishing lures. A beautiful, probably 14-inch, but chubby, wild rainbow trout. See you, buddy. There she goes. Let's freaking go, guys. We were finally able to make it happen and catch one on the nano wrap. Absolutely incredible. We officially completed every major objective we had today. We got out on some safe ice, got some absolutely crazy lures, gave them a shot, and we caught some incredible fish. We're going to keep fishing and see what we can't jig up. Might be able to get on 1 or 2 more. Got him. Let's go. Let's freaking go, guys. Another rainbow. Look at that beetle jig right in the top of the mouth there. Boom. About the same size, maybe a touch smaller, about 13 inches or so. Still a beautiful rainbow, fun to catch. Let's get that awesome trout back in the water. See you, buddy. Bloom. Well, right on. So that was another fish that we caught on the beetle jig. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, the fishing has been a touch slow today. Is that because of the lures or because just the location, the time of year, fish activity? I think it's probably the latter, but we were able to catch a fish on every single lure. So I think today is just an absolute resounding success. Yeah, it would have been fun to catch more fish, but it is what it is. Can always come back out here and catch some more fish on these wacky lures. Overall, out of the 3 lures we got today, the one that I would say I have the most confidence in going forward is going to be that torpedo spoon. A very similar action to a normal jigging spoon, has that extra little flash on the bottom. Overall, caught a fish the fastest out of any of the 3 lures we got. Honestly, if you put that lure on a school perch, that thing's gonna catch every single one of them. Second place, surprisingly, we ended up catching 2 fish on it, is gonna be this little baby beetle jig. And in last place, little nano wrap. It was the lure that only caught 1 fish today and took the longest to land it. I think overall, there are slightly larger jigging wraps that just look better, sound better, and have better action in the water. I think their style that they went with that is just a little off. They missed the mark a little bit. But I could be completely wrong. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have ever used these lures before, how you did, and any tips and tricks you guys would suggest for others and for me down in the comments. Appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope to see you guys out in the water. Until next time, keep freaking casting.